Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tanev here. Welcome to episode number 23 of this NHL 24 Draft Glory franchise mode here with the Newfoundland Growlers. Of course, this series is being live streamed, so if you are interested in attending a live stream, make sure to check my community tab to figure out when live stream dates are going to be. And well, today we are getting into the 2033 off season for this episode at least. Welcome, Peaceful. Glad you can make this stream. I am doing pretty good. I mean, I can't complain. My Edmonton Oilers made the Stanley Cup Finals this year, so it's really about as good as it could go. But yeah, we're getting into the draft today. That's going to be the main thing. We're not really too concerned about much else besides the really Hunter Sogas is going to be the main guy because that's the guy we're going to draft. Everybody else, there's going to be some other good picks in this draft, but overall, yeah, we're not super concerned as to how things have gone up to this point. So, without further ado, let's get to the off season here. We already have scouts going, so we will take one more look at the draft class just before we actually get to the draft. But the LA Kings are going to be your draft lottery winners this year. Now, it didn't matter. We don't have a pick in the top end, so there you go, Peaceful. But yeah, LA, Pittsburgh, Winnipeg, Chicago, and Toronto. So yeah, Pittsburgh is the only team that moved there, but overall, it doesn't affect us at all because we were definitely nowhere near the lottery this year. Of course, Toronto somehow still manages to lose, but yeah, that is what it is. So let's get to the retirees here, see who calls it quits on their careers this year. And oh my goodness, McDavid retires at just 36. Oh, that's tough for Edmonton. He literally just scored 116 points, won a couple trophies. Like, he was literally the Hart and Art Ross winner, and it didn't matter because he got his one cup back in 2027-28, and he's just like, all right, piece it, I don't care anymore. So yeah, only 1,832 points for McDavid. I expected more because I thought he was going to play for longer, but you know what? That's just how it goes sometimes. And there is a new opportunity for top dog in the league. I mean, Jack Eichel's in there. Carter Nesbitt for the Boston Bruins is in there. But yeah, there's a few different guys that are going to be vying for that top spot eventually. But there's your retirees. I can't believe how many 1,000-point players there were. This is crazy. That's like a whole 10 players there. That's insane. McDavid didn't even surpass 2,000 though, which I was expecting him to. So yeah, that is what it is, I guess. As far as goalies go, Connor Hellebuck, UC Saros, John Gibson, Tristan Jarry. Lots of decent goalies there. Can't complain about those. And here's the best defenseman. Seth Jones was that number one guy. And everybody else other than that, Vince Dunn probably could have kept playing as well. But was he only 29? Hold on. No, he's 36. Okay, I was like, there's no way he's only 29. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, we lose Dylan Coghlan, who's one of the few Newfoundland players that probably could have retired this year. So let's just check out and see if any other Newfies retired, and looks like it's just going to be Coghlan, so that is fine. I guess it's Colin, however you say it. And we do lose Daniel Days, so we will have to go hire one new scout this season, but that is okay. So, we're not going to do draft interviews, but I am just going to check the positionings on everybody and see if anybody's kind of swapped draft positions or moved at all. There we go. Ethan Belchetz hits a high elite potential. At 25, it took him long enough. I was really hoping he would hit that a little bit sooner than he did. But it is all good. We will work with it and make it work because he's going to be a great player for us still. And hopefully we can even maybe, knock on wood, turn him into a franchise player. But we'll see. So, looking down in the system here, we have a few guys that are developing that haven't been signed. Most of these guys are signed and developing fairly well. Some of them aren't developing that well either, but it's give and take, obviously. And, DuPont is our number one guy. We've got him on a great contract. He's going to be the kind of heart and soul of this team for the future. The only guy I am worried about here is Caden Sanchez because he is currently disengaged with his morale, which is a problem. Well, yes, Ludwig Modin is coming up the system quickly. We still have to worry about Sanchez a little bit because, yes, he did actually just win the Jennings with Delmore. They were very good together, but something to be a little bit concerned about there still. So that's what we're rocking with heading into the draft this year. It should be a fun draft. And what's the chat saying here? All right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why McDavid retired so young. Hearing Shesterkin wants north of 12 million. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think pretty much every Canadian person is hoping for the Oilers to win the cup at this point because, again, it's been 31 years now, which is insane. So, yeah, anyways, all right, let's get to the draft here. We'll see where our picks fall first. I thought we were going to be picking a little bit further back than we are, so that might actually benefit us a little bit. I forgot to actually take a look at the draft to see if any of the players that we were looking at moved positions at all. But our picks are at 28, so everything changed a little bit. I thought we were going to be picking a little bit further back than 28, but that is okay. We will take it. So yeah, 28, 61, 94, 127, 160, 193, and 226. Okay. So with those respective picks, you guys saw where those numbers fall. Let's go look at the draft here and just see where all the best potential players actually fall. So first things first, Skogas moved down a little bit, but not far enough for us to really be able to go out and pick him. Same with a bunch of these other guys. Okay, so Tan is indeed a low elite. That's going to be great because he's ranked way back at 188. So we will be taking these last three guys with three of our last picks, not our very last picks, but Artmeyer will be the 7th rounder. I think we're going to take Richie with the 5th and Tan with the 4th rounders, so those will be those picks. As much as I want to take Dadano, we're just not going to be able to get him, and he's not really worth the pick over Sogas either, so that's where we're at with that. And we're not going to get any of those other guys over Sogas because Sogas will be gone before pick 61, which would be a problem for us. And then I don't really feel like we need either of these medium elite goalies or the medium elite 2-way forward in Blanchard, so we're good with all of those. And then let's see, was there any other movement here around the 60-ish range? Yeah, not really. So we're probably going to take Brewer with our 2nd round pick, which is insane to think about, but that's kind of how it's going to fall because like there's just not really a lot of other options for us that fit our team needs very well. If there was defense around pick 60 or so, I would feel more obliged to actually go out and pick those guys, but I just don't see the need to really. Like, I think we're going to be fine with just getting Richie as the defenseman this year, and we're not going to take Kessler either. So, all right, let's get to it. I think I know exactly how this draft's going to go at this point, and oh my god, Koltsov's 84 rated. That's insane. Like, come on, LA, how are you not doing better? I did not mean to hit offer trade, but all right. Okay, for the 2nd pick, Deschamps goes to Pittsburgh. He's a playmaker. He looks very nice as well. He's a little small, of course, but that is what it is. And Kreutzer does go 3rd. You know, I was kind of interested to see if LA might trade down or something, but no, that doesn't happen. And it looks like the top 5 is all going to go exactly according to plan. That was exactly the 1 through 5 picks. And then Minnesota should get an elite player here too. Yeah, and they get Daigle, who is very nice as well. Obviously, Hutchins would have been the guy that we would have wanted to go for, but we're not allowed to trade. So, all right, over to pick number 28, which is our first pick of the draft. Of course, this year we actually did okay. And who else was good? Sylvester was good. Shing was good. McGillney was good. Shattenkirk. Yeah, okay. So some pretty solid players throughout the draft there. Any sniping centers? Not really, not besides the top end. Nobody that I was like, okay, we need to go get this guy kind of thing. But while we are passing up on quite a few elites, Hunter Sogas just looks so good that we have to take him. Just simply no other way around it. Again, the right-handed Canadian just looks amazing, and he's 77 overall, so that is going to be very nice for this upcoming season. We could probably even almost throw him third line center, which would be, fourth line center, which would probably be beneficial for his growth overall, because yes, he did put up 70 points in 70 games. And yeah, Hunter Sogas looks really good. So we'll sim over to pick number 61 now, and this is where we're in that kind of meh range where like a whole bunch of low elite guys are going to go off the board that we just cannot pick. Whereas if we were picking way higher up in this draft, we would have gotten multiple low elite, medium elite guys in the first 2 rounds, and that's just not going to be the case because of where our pick fell. So that is what it is. Maxwell Menino actually is a really decent player. What's going on, Nigel? Are you okay? He's being a goof, trying to get comfy, and I don't think it was working very well for him. So yeah, but as far as Sogas goes, he's probably one of our best late first round picks that we've ever drafted. So we'll just have to wait and see how he turns out. But yeah, he can do everything well, which is actually good. How's his discipline? As I know that's been a problem in the past. Nope, 82 is going to be good for a power forward there. All right. So we will simulate over to pick number 61 now, or we're over at pick 61. And while I could take potentially some of these guys on the board, I don't really feel like drafting non-potential players, and I don't feel like drafting 19-year-old goalies either. So we're going to just pass on pretty much all of these guys, and we're going to head straight down to, and by straight down, I mean straight down. Like, there is a lot of guys we're going to pass here. Not even to take a risk on Abraham Downey. I just don't feel the need to. And we are going to take, not Marsh, not McArdle. We're going to take Jose Brewer. I know he's like, he's got to be like 50-something picks off the board here. And yeah, no, we're going to take Brewer here. So Brewer's only 49 rated, but that's, it is what it is. I'm actually not upset with that at all. Yes, if he doesn't turn out, so be it. It's not the end of the world for us, but he is definitely a lower end pick for a second rounder. The potential's all there though, so that's why we drafted him there. And all right, let's see how good all these other guys were that we did not draft. And like I was saying, Pettinen's okay, he's 55 rated, but he is also 19, so like looking at that, I'm like, we don't really need him. As far as Nolan Brophy goes, he's just very small, so that's another reason why we didn't take a guy there, or take that guy there. And yeah, you can see some of these other guys they look fine, but again, top 9 players, not top 6. The top 6 just has that slight little bit of extra potential that is more likely to get them into the NHL at some point in their career. So, at pick 94 now, again, we're going off the board because that's pretty much all we're going to do for this entire draft. And we could take Bachman. He actually looks okay, but he is an 18-year-old goalie. So yeah, it's either Bachman or Primo. And yeah, we're again not taking Glenn. Don't really feel the need for that elite 19-year-old goalie. I'd rather go with the younger players and give them a little bit more time to develop. As far as Primo goes, 10 points in 42 games, he wasn't anything insane. But at pick 144, yes, he is off the board by 50 picks yet again. I don't really care. We're taking guys, he's a sniper. Okay, that's actually going to be nice. So we're taking guys that allow that extra little bit of wiggle room for growth. And the reason we're doing that is because we have other players later on in this draft that we absolutely want to take. Guys such as Jamal Tan and a few others. But yeah, Jamal Tan is going to be our next pick, which is why we were picking these guys way off the board earlier on. You guys are probably looking at me like, what is he doing today? But you know what? You just trust the process. Trust that it's going to work. Wingles is pretty okay for a 19-year-old, but at the same time, potential's there. Overall, probably not so much. McArdle was okay. Vasilyev was okay again. So yeah, kind of mid-first couple rounds here. Like, the first 2 rounds were quite good, but then everything after that's kind of like, okay. But we are going to land some good players. I even could take Bachman here, but we're not going to do that. Reason being is because then it actually throws all the rest of our picks off. because you look at all the other guys we still have pinned. Well, we're not taking Glenn. I'm not worried about Glenn. It's more so that we don't have enough picks. Like, Richie is 2 picks off of our 6th rounder. Otherwise, I would take him as our 6th rounder, but we have to go with 5, 6 here for these two because they're just a little bit too good. And their gem status. So we'll take Jamal Tan here, and he's only 52 rated, but hopefully with the gem status he can grow into a better player quickly. That is the hope, at least. And yeah, he looks pretty solid, so we'll see if he turns out in the long run. And for pick 160 now, we get to see some of those other guys go off the board. Pelly was only 47 rated, so very low rating on him, but again, potential's all there. It's just a matter of does he grow into it. Also, Peyton Glenn going to Toronto. That's a good pick for them. Anybody else that we look at and is just like, oh yeah, that was a good pick. Probably the one right after us. As far as, yes, we took, yeah, exactly. Bachman goes very next to the Capitals there. And Bachman's a great pick. But we are going to then go down the board a bit to 191. And we are going to take Nicholas Ritchie, a 6'5", 208-pound D-man. He grew an inch and a bit over the last 2 months, which is crazy. And yeah, he looks good. So 48 overall, not amazing on the overall rating, but again, we'll take it because it's a 5th round pick. And if a 5th round pick defenseman makes the show at some point, then we're going to have absolutely 0 issues with our team long run. So, all right, for pick number 6 here. Now, hold on. That's why I'm looking at my draft tracking. I'm like, why is there an extra player? There isn't. It's just in previous draft to glories, we've had extra players here at these points from offer sheets and stuff. Ooh, Duchesne? I think it's Duchesne. Guy Duchesne to the Islanders is a very good pick. Fragapane to Buffalo is also a very good pick. And yeah, for round 6, round 6 is a pretty tricky round to operate in because there's just not a lot of talent. And I would say those guys did just fine. So at least those couple teams did. We're looking to land a decent player here. We're not going to find anybody super special, but I think I'm pretty set on Brad Wiseman here unless there's somebody else that just, kind of blows him out of the water in every aspect of the sense. But yeah, there isn't really. So we're going to take Wiseman, and then we're going to finish off the draft with Artmeyer. And that's going to be it. I know we could take a risk on a better player, but hey, a 6th round pick with medium top 9 potential is about as good as you can get, and he's a grinder. You know what? We will take that. 2 grinders in 1 draft. I can't actually argue with that at all. It's going to hopefully fit our team well in the future. So, yeah, that is... that's almost it for the draft. We got one more pick, obviously, at 226. But yeah, Artmeyer should go there. And Josh Langkow, actually a good pick for the Devils there. Apart from that, lots of low potential. Ooh, there's a pick. Damian Williams. That's a heck of a pick by the Dallas Stars, man. And then this guy too, Brian Bancroft. Not bad at all either. So 2 very solid picks there. And did we miss anybody in the 6th round that was after us? Doesn't really look like it. Schofield was good as well. Probably would have been a better pick than Wiseman. Simply because he's a 19-year-old, so he's only grown a little bit. So yeah, that is essentially going to conclude it for the draft here. We'll take Theodore Artmeyer with the last pick. And the German grinder is 58 rated. All right, so actually the second highest rated player we take in the entire draft is our 7th rounder. Go figure. He is 19. But yeah, overall, very solid draft. I'm quite happy with how that went. And no complaints at all, really, about how everything went with that draft. That was surprisingly good. So, let's see. I do like to track these guys' numbers just to make sure we actually have it under control with all the team and player numbers and figure out what the preferred numbers are, because that is something I do like to actually get into and pay attention to. But yeah, overall, I think we did pretty good in that draft, considering that we were picking so far back in the draft. I really have no qualms with how that went. So, all right, our third rounder being Primo is number 56. Interesting number for sure. And then I believe Jamal Tan was 62, if I'm not mistaken. Just takes a second to get over to him. And Tan was indeed number 62. All right. So there you guys have it. Heck of a draft overall. I think we did just fine, all things considered, and all late round picks and steals and potentials and everything else, I'm pretty happy with that draft. So we'll finish off this last little bit. Not like there was really a lot of talent at the end, but really a heck of a draft to start things off here. And yeah, just a great start. So I know I didn't really get your guys' input a whole lot on this draft, but I think we did all right. What do you guys think about Hunter Sogas? Do you think we give him the opportunity as the 4C on our team for this upcoming year? Or do you think we need more experience down there? What are you guys thinking? Because, yes, we have Samu Pentakainen, who's a top 9 forward that actually has played in the NHL for a couple seasons now at this point, has been getting progressively better year by year. Or do we give a rookie a shot? Like, Sogas looks so good. I really think he could get an opportunity. Interesting. Okay, Peaceful. I mean, yeah, the chat can be like that sometimes. I don't have full control over it, so. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how players develop here. I mean, we haven't had the craziest development cycle. We haven't been getting a whole bunch of extra steals and stuff like that, so. All right, Rob Sillinger, our AHL coach, needs to be re-signed. Or sorry, Robinson Sillinger. Yeah, that's I don't understand that. All right. Hello, Divinity. Welcome. Good morning. Glad you can make the stream. Yeah, we just finished off the draft real nice and quick. We're just snapping our way through it 30 minutes in here. But we got Hunter Sogas. That was kind of the main pick here of this last draft. Well, I mean, the Oilers did actually just hire a new head of player development, so maybe that'll help out a little bit. But, yeah. I'm realizing now Oleg Vasiliev is actually coming up to an expiring contract, which is crazy to think about because it doesn't feel like we've played out 8 seasons already with his $8.75 million contract. But we have. He actually just had, the 73-point season was his second best season ever. But, yeah, we're in a bit of an interesting spot right now with all of that, so. Welcome, Mason. Glad you could make a live stream. We just finished up the 2033 NHL draft where we got this guy, Hunter Sogas. Or Sogas, however you say his name. A couple episodes behind, but yeah, that's all good. It's not like you've missed a whole lot. Like, we were bad, I think, 2 seasons ago, and we got Sven Hedberg, and he's turned out to be pretty good so far. He won the Calder in his first year. Like, you could see the stat line there. It was really good. Yeah, honestly, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, Timonin's good enough. Svedberg's good enough. Sogas, yeah. Sogas is going to be good, though. I think this might be the year, though, that we finally see the final original Growler in Igor Zamula. Call it quits. I don't think he's going to be back with the team by the looks of it, so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, we have like a fully drafted squad here at this point. I guess Connor Mackey is probably another one of those guys, but yeah, we have like a fully drafted squad at this point. We have to sign Gallagher, we have to sign Robbins. It doesn't feel like we've been 2 seasons out already for those guys, but I guess we have, so. Also, how about Magnuson getting up to 67 overall as a 6th round pick? That is gorgeous. So, pretty much the way we're going to operate here is we're going to be sorting almost exclusively by potential at this point. Ryan Fante's got 1 year left. Wow, Svitov just dropped from starter to backup. That's really funny. But yeah, we will be running Delmore and Sanchez again. And again, like, Sanchez is on that 2-year, $6.3 million contract. We're waiting for Ludwig Modin to really kind of come into his own. I mean, he had 7 shutouts in the AHL. That's a great question. We're going to check that in just a second. But yeah, so far, by the looks of it, our goalies don't need any contract extensions, which is great. Getting on to the defense, we have enough defense. Like, you look at it, that's our top 4 up to Zykov, and then Kirka, Millman, and Rogers. I think we are going to give Millman a shot this year. You know what? 2.8 isn't great. I feel like we can make that work a little better. Well, let's see what the calculation on, of course, the trusty handy dandy. You guys cannot see it because it's just completely blurred out calculator. Yeah, you guys literally can't see it. It doesn't matter how I turn the phone. It's just a bright white screen. I wonder if I turn it all the way down. There we go. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it, but it is still a white calculator, so... All right, 0.85 times 2.825 would be a $2.4 million contract. I feel like that could be a little hefty for Rogers based on how he's played so far. He is only 22. How are his kind of like underlying stats? Let's see. I'm looking mainly at the defensive numbers here. So yeah, actually, you know what? He's been he's been pretty good so far. 77 hits, 67 blocks. 78 giveaways, but 20 takeaways. Like, it's have I named a captain yet? Yes. Yeah, Artyom Levshunov's currently our captain. He's not even he's the 3rd best defender on our team. To be fair, he was sitting with low franchise potential for quite a while, and then he kind of just dropped off at the age of like 26. Like, he didn't have an amazing season, and that kind of just did him in. As you can see right here, would have been his 26-year-old season. He's kind of just hung around that 43 to 50-something point mark. He had that 71-point season where he was really amazing. And then after that, well, just ever since that, he's been okay. Like, he's been good. He's been very solid. A 0 overall in 21 minutes with this team last year was pretty solid. But yeah, Holloway and DuPont are without a doubt our top pairing. DuPont scored 86 points. He's an alternate captain. And then our best forward in Oleg Vasilyev, combined, tied in Oleg Vasilyev with now Ethan Belchetz. Vasilyev is our other alternate captain. He was the captain at one point, and then we actually stripped him of the captaincy because he was playing so bad. I think that was the year he only put up like 50 or 64 points or something like that. Like, he just did not play well there for a couple of years, and we were like, okay, this has got to change. Something's got to change, and that's what we did. So, anyways, back to, yeah, Mr. 69, exactly. Like, he put up exactly 69 points for so many seasons in a row. Do you guys think we offer the 8 years to Cole Rogers, though? He'd be a $2.425 million contract. It's not a bad chunk of money to spend on a 5'6" D-man. I would be okay with it as long as you guys are. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think, because Cole Rogers for 8 years would be nice. But at the same time, tier list says yes. Anybody against this contract for Rogers for 8 years? It takes him till he's 30. He could just completely outplay the contract if he, gets a little more ice time here and there, depending on how things go. But yes sir. All right. Oh, Peaceful said bridge 2x2. Honestly, yeah, that's the thing, is a 2x2 would mean that he's still an RFA. It's a smart idea because we've seen what happens with the long-term 8-year contracts, especially with a guy like Vasilyev, because Vasilyev was a franchise player at one point, and then he just stopped playing because he got his payday, and it actually hurt the team long term because he should have been a 90-something plus rated player, and he's barely 91 overall. So, you know what? I think a 2x2 or the 2x1.9 is the right deal. We still extend him, obviously, but yeah, at that price, that's a little bit more relaxed. I can feel a little more confident with that price. And then for the two-way contracts here, we're just going to sign as many of these guys as we can for the 1 or 2 years, whatever they want. I do think this year we're going to release Mackey and Zamula because we have so many additional defensemen becoming RFAs down here that, yeah, we kind of need to at this point. So we'll do those two for sure. I almost wanted to let go of Harrison Georges, but yeah, we're not going to do that. So Zamula and Mackey are both gone for the sole purpose of Landon Robbins and Magnuson and, of course, Niemi all getting into the team with sign-ins. So that was really the main thing. Apart from that, we're going to run out of roster spots. I just get that feeling that we're not going to have enough roster spots for all these guys. So let's see if there's wingers somewhere that we can release. I think Myers is one of those guys. I think Sylvan at this point is one of those guys. Anybody else? I mean, we're not signing Carlton, so that's fine. Belchetz we are going to re-sign because he's actually been good in the AHL, but yeah, let's buy out Savon. Nice and easy one there, and then we're going to buy out Myers too, or sorry, we're just not going to extend Myers, which is fine by me. We'll do Voynov for 1 year preferably. Same with all these other guys here too. We'll do Sweat for 1 year, Swanson for 1 year. Swanson's actually grown surprisingly well. I've been quite happy with him. But yeah, we've got lots of left wingers and then a very small amount of right wingers. So we'll sign Michel Bernier and we'll sign Reed McClellan. Sorry, not McLennan. Engel, no chance. I'm not. He's been good. Like, Peyton Engel has been very solid in the minors, so I just don't really feel the need to buy him out yet. Like, maybe this upcoming year, maybe we just let him expire. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, we don't really have a ton of right wingers. Like, Järvenen's our fourth line grinder on the right wing in the NHL, but then we have all of these other guys that fit quite nicely where they're at. And yeah, that's our system and our setup right now. Obviously, we have 4 guaranteed good centers, but we are going to bring Hunter Sogas in as well. And then we will, of course, sign Brendan Gallagher, our first-round pick from 3 years ago now? It's 2 years ago now, so I don't know why he's expiring, but okay. I think we're going to sign... Yeah, we will sign Arvidsson for 1 more year because he's been our leading scorer in the AHL for a couple seasons now. And then Reed Castles we are going to sign as well because he was quite good. And that might be enough space. We'll see. Actually, I'm probably going to... Yeah, we're going to definitely buy out Connor Fisher because he hasn't been very good. And we would just be running out of spots there otherwise. So let's try that. That should be enough space. We're fiddling with roster space every single year now at this point. And as soon as we get to this upcoming free agency, we are going to sign Vasilyev and Zykov and probably Kirka. So yeah, those will be the 3 upcoming extensions that we have to do. And then as soon as we do that, that's going to be good. So, sorry guys, just punching in a couple little inputs on the spreadsheet here to make sure it works properly. There we go. And Halifax on the conditional format as well. All right. So yeah, I'm going kind of like a season ahead on the spreadsheet because that's technically when we're signing Vasilyev and Ivan Zykov. How long do you guys think Vasilyev's next contract should be? Should it be another 8 years just so that we get him right until the end of his career when he's 35, 36? Do you think we sign like a 4-year deal or like even a 3-year deal, something like that, just to see how well he progresses over the next season or two? Let me know what you guys think because, yeah, I don't know exactly how we're going to handle it, but we'll see what happens. And looks like Rogers signed the 2 by 1.9. We get Hunter Sogas, we get Swanson, Rogers, McClellan, Belchetz, Sweat, Bernier, Goudreau, Castles, Gallagher, Robbins, Georges, Arvidsson, Voinov, Magnuson, Niemi. We got everybody. Perfect. Okay. So, I believe, without further ado, we got 49 spots. So that's, yeah, we probably could have kept one more player, but I am all good with that. Goalies are all looking good. Let's just see, all expiring. It's literally just Carlton, and I am good to walk him. So, without further ado, let's get to free agency. Maybe we'll re-sign Igor Zamula for the 1 year just to be that cap filler for our team. I think that would probably be a good idea. But yeah, overall, our team is operating very efficiently as far as contract prices go, as far as player development goes. It's been a little bit worse, but yeah, no, you know what? Overall, I'm very happy with where our team has ended up here. And you look at the ratings on some of these guys too. Like, we have got a pretty deep team overall. Like, if we go like this, like, that's just that top 10. Is it 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 22, 4? Yeah, top 9, top 10. Like, all of our top 9, top 10 guys are 85 plus rated. That helps a lot. There's just no other way to put it. That helps a lot with our team's overall chances of winning here in the future. So, of course, the surplus is going to be a problem because it always is. There we go. Sorry, the chat wasn't updating. That would be absolutely hilarious. Peaceful. We'll see. Chief Dave, yes sir, that is the goal. We want to see the Florida Panthers lose, but you know, we'll see what happens. So, all right, on to free agency here with the stream. And while there are a lot of good-looking players, there's none that we can sign. Ooh, oh no, I was gonna say, did we find a 20-year-old that's actually good? But nope, Stefan Obergauer is an Arizona drafted player, so he is completely out of the question for us. And Capriva, I don't know how you say his name exactly, but yeah, Capriva looks good, but we don't really need to sign him at all. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to go, unless there's a goalie that's just, like, extremely good for some reason. Ola Ahanen is a Colorado draftee. So, yeah, there's no one individual player or goalie that is like so good that we should sign them kind of thing. That's, you know, an undrafted free agent. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go down to the defense here. We're going to go right back down to wherever Mr. Zamula is. There he is. And of course we will sign him up for a 1-year maximum amount of money contract. And that's probably going to be 22 million. Yeah, okay. Let's go 21 for 1 year, just to fill up most of that cap space. Within 4 million, great, we can make that work. That is exactly what we just did there, Peaceful. So there's our cap whale. It's going to be Igor Zamula for 1 more year. And, all right, I think we are good to go here. So, let's get rolling to the... Actually, hold on. We are not good to go yet because we need to do contract extensions. So, first thing is first. Ex-Captain Vasilyev, Mr. 6... Oh, my goodness. That's not great. Okay, we're going to wait till next season for him. That's far too much money. That's far too much money for what he wants. Yeah, we're going to hold off on that because right now I get that he's been on a budget contract at $8.7 million, but $10.8 until he's 35 makes no sense. That literally makes no sense for our team because we've got other guys like Hedberg that we're going to have to sign within 1 more year of that contract getting signed. And Hedberg's probably going to end up being a better player than Vasilyev has been for his entire career. Oh no, that won't be a problem. It's just not an amazing amount of money for Zykov. Like, I'm more willing to sign that because it's a $7.5 million deal for what's going to be a top 4 defenseman. Are we paying a ton of money to our top 4? Yes, but is the reason because it's a good top 4? Yes, exactly. Like, it's... Yeah, no, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We have the cap space. I'm not, like, petrified of that contract or anything. I think it's going to be fine. But, Yeah, more than a bit steep for 69 points. The only thing that bugs me with Zykov, too, is that he only put up 16 points in his second season here. I think he's going to get better still. Like, I don't see why he wouldn't. It's just a matter of, like, that coaching as far as do we max out the defense again, see if they can win, or how do we handle it, right? So, you know what? Bridge deal again till the end of RFA, so that would be 3 years, 6.9. The only thing that scares me with bridge deals is that they're going to just pop off in those 3 years. They're going to have like Matthew Tkachuk-esque progression, and then they're going to want like an $11 million contract at the end of it, and we're sitting here like, I should have signed the 7.5, right? It is really 50-50. I would say, based on our team's development process so far, the bridge deals are the way to go, because then it just actually makes our players a little bit better. Yes, we probably pay a little bit more money long term for that, but by doing that, I think it's also the right move. So we're going to go 3 years. Rule of 85 at 6.95 is going to be, should be a $6 million contract. It should actually be 5.925, but we're going to offer him 6 just to hopefully get him to sign that. We'll see if he signs it. If he doesn't, so be it. I'm not going to be upset about it, because we are lowballing him a little bit. Now, Jörg Kurka. Too much money for 8 years. We don't have a restricted free agent option here, so we're going to do... We'll do the 2 years, but we'll do at the rule of 85, because why not? And a $1.785 million contract, so pretty much just 1.8. For the next 2 years is fine with me. Again, kind of a bridge deal-esque kind of setup there. I got no problems with that. Goalies should be good. Right wingers are good. Left wingers, we got Pat Archer and Kyler Hewson to sign as well. Pat Archer literally does not change at all. He hasn't really played or grown tremendously well. Pretty consistent 18, 15 point score somewhere in there. Again, he only played 43 games this year, so that didn't help either. If he could, maybe actually stop getting injured, increase his durability a little bit, maybe that would help too, but I mean, one can only dream, right? Let's rock him a 2-year bridge deal at $1.2 million. I'm fine with that, because by doing that, again, it just ensures progression. So, and then Kyler Hewson, you know what, same kind of deal. I don't really feel any need to fiddle around with these too much. 2 years at 1.25. Just sign him. Why not, right? Like, that's what we're doing here, is just sign the guy, hope he turns out, hope he develops, hope he progresses. And all right, I think that is good for now for the contracts. I'm hoping he can hit like 40. That's my goal, Peaceful, is that Archer finally, or not finally, but at some point hits 40 plus points. He was on pace for 30 this year before he got injured. But we will sign Zamula. We get Hewson for that price. Same with Archer. Same with Kurka. And then we'll see about Zamula. And we're holding off on Vasilyev for now. But we do get Zykov. Again, he likes the minutes he's playing. So, yeah. Less injuries would definitely help. The other thing that some of you guys were here for last episode that I didn't really highlight overall or all that much was the settings in the spin the wheel here that we've been playing. So we are now currently rocking on a low draft class quality. Another thing that I think we're gonna do this year, guys, like as far as once we hit the next year, once the draft class is actually developed a little bit and all that stuff has happened, as soon as we hit that, then like as soon as we're on to the next season, we'll do another spin the wheel just to not forget about it. But the thing I'm thinking here with this is that we should set a rule where it can't be the exact same two settings year in, year out. So we can't have a low and then another low. We can have a low medium or a low high, but we can't have a low. I think that's that's a fair rule to put in. Do you guys think so, or do you think we should just let it? Yeah, you think that's fair? Okay. Like, that way it's always a little bit of variety. It's not like we're going to have one elite in each draft class for the next, 4 years in a row or something, because that would just... Don't get me wrong, it would make our team in our current situation better because we're already winning, but you still like to get draft steals, right? Like, that's kind of the main thing there, so... Alright, now that we've got pretty much everything else done, I mean, I'm going to look at Vasilyev one more time here, but I don't think we're going to... Yeah, exactly, Peaceful. It would be frustrating, so looks like Vasilyev isn't really going to change his mind here too much, so we will just let it be for now, and then once we get to the next season, hopefully he's asking for a little bit less than that, because he will have realized that he didn't play that well over the last 3 to 5 seasons, so... Alright, without further ado, simulating on to the next year, and we're going to get trade offers, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, I will get that spinner pulled back up. I think I'm going to have to do it again here because I don't think I... Oh no, it did save. Nice, okay, so it did save my 6 inputs from last time, so that is actually quite nice. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, we'll we'll give the wheel of... I guess... It's pretty much Wheel of Fortune as far as our future fortune, right? But we'll give that a spin, see how that goes. That's going to be fun. And yeah, I think the rule of just not having the exact same class 2 years in a row is a fair setting. So, okay. How's everybody else doing today? Are we doing good? Doing bad? Somewhere in between? I apologize to all the Dallas Stars fans and... Wheel of painting or gaining. That is, yeah, that is accurate. The only other thing I'm going to do here, we're going to spend our arena money before I forget, because otherwise I will forget, so. Alright, let's just fully max out the arena at this point. Just all the upgrades. Ah, we're so close, 800k. Hold on, let's see if we can fudge the budget a little bit. I'm doing pretty bad. That's what's normal for me. Jeez, Peaceful. Okay. Okay. Any more budget fudging we can do? Well, we maxed that out, so that's a start at least. So maybe there'll be enough to finish that last upgrade. I'm really hoping so. Yes, sir. Beautiful. All right, now we have a fully upgraded facility. Now we just run the repairs year after year, and it should be good. And we should actually be in a money-making stage now at this point where we don't have to spend a fortune on the arena. Okay, so 54%. Wow, that is like the best I think we've ever seen for ticket sales. That's great. The fans are coming around. They're actually realizing, oh, hey, this team looks decent this year. All right. Ooh, there you go. There's the goal. Our goal is to win the Stanley Cup this year, no doubt about it. So we're going to be getting a top-end lottery pick, out of all seriousness, though. I know, right? Up over 25%. It's a miracle. It's a literal miracle. We have to get at least 6 playoff home games this year, so that means win 2 rounds. Maybe 3, potentially, but we'll see. And, yeah, okay. 26 home wins. I think we could probably do that. We got to put our tickets on, crazy sale if we're going to sell that. Yeah, if we're going to sell that many tickets. But yeah, look at the team this year. This looks nice, I gotta say. The only thing... Sanchez, what is that, 82? Come on. 82 overall for Sanchez. No, thank you. Yikes. Yeah, no, that's not good enough by any means. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not great. I gotta say, that is not great on our goaltending, so... What is he so disgruntled by? Is it the coaching? What? Coach satisfaction's very high. He just doesn't, two of our coaches, I guess. That's... okay. Alright, so maybe what we're going to do... I am going to edit the lines more. Don't worry, guys. I am going to edit the lines more. But what I'm thinking is that maybe we... I don't know. Maybe we put Corso back as the head coach here again. It's kind of what I'm thinking, at least. Because, yeah, when he was the head coach, at least... oh, yeah, they're all A-, so... At least when Corso was the head coach, we had... our other... like, our goalie was actually happy. So, yeah. You know, things are looking up. I mean, obviously, the Halifax Huskies AHL status and morale is good. There's better players down there. Ludwig Modin's 80 overall. Yes, please. And yeah, DuPont's 95. Not really a surprise there. So, the one thing I am going to do, we're going to get Skogas up into the NHL. I think that's fair. Okay, we'd be over the allowable contract limit, so we'll bring him up, and then we will send... I guess we're sending Millman down again, even though he actually looks good, but we have to keep Zamula in the team for that $21 million. Allowable contract limit? Are you kidding me? Hold on. What? How? That makes no sense. Oh, of course. Of course Hunter Sogas is going to be the one exempt contract. Ah, man. Okay, well, that kind of stinks, but I guess we'll make it work. Also, this year, I think we should probably play Sweat and Kuiper up in the league. Like, I'm looking at the bottom-rated guys here. That is so frustrating. I really wanted to play Sogas in the league this year, but you know what? We're going to have to just tough it out for 1 year and then release a player or something because, yeah, that's just frustrating, man. All right. Andrei Svitov is the best player coming up here from Ukraine, of all places. So, all right, couple of Ukrainians, actually. Stanislav Kozlov as well. We are ranked to land our pick right at the very end, pick 27 plus. All right, that should be okay. But let's go actually finish editing the lines here. Then we'll do what is the episode 23 wrap-up kind of scene here. I swear to God, if he wants north of 13, I'm going to be so upset. He didn't decrease in rating, so that might be a problem. He's still exactly the same, pretty much. Okay, well, we can do the rule of 85 on him for that 6-year 10.85, which, you know, is actually going to take a good chunk of that money off of it. It brings him down to 9.22. Is a 73-point scorer really worth 9.22 million? Probably not. 8.75 is pretty steep for him still even, but this was the first year he was actually a plus on the plus-minus, so apart from his very first rookie season. And that's where Jonathan Marchessault had a 98-point year. But, you know what? Let's do... Yeah, I'm okay with 9.25. Uh, 9.2. We can probably go 9.225. I know that's still steep, but... Yeah, no, it does happen, but he fortunately didn't change his mind too much as far as his asking price. But we will go 9.225 rather than 9.25. Save that extra quarter of a... Or save that extra 25 grand a year. But out of all seriousness, yeah, Oleg Vasilyev, we will sign for that contract. It'll take him till he's 34. He's still been a consistent contributor for our team. He's not been anything special, but he's been solid for our team. Like, I have to give him that much at least. I was really hoping we had the next Nikita Kucherov on our hands with him, but Unfortunately, we were mistaken, so yeah, that is what it is. But this team's set. Like, we've got all of our players and pieces in place. It's really just a matter of can we go all the way this year or not. That's pretty much it. So, okay, with Tuzolino on the line. Man, he's 89 rated. Like, Tuzolino looks good. He is from Belarus. Yes, that is correct. But we are going to run this top line again because Belchetz has been scoring like crazy. Ooh, maybe we run that line, actually. That looks pretty nice. Okay, you know what? I am fine with that. We could get a plus, like a very plus rating with Svedberg playing there. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can make this work. Ooh, okay. All right. You know what? That's good chemistry already. We go like that, that's also good chemistry. I mean, Healy is a third-line scorer, so we could make that work. Huh. That might be the way to go, honestly. Well, it is a 3 playmaker line, which is my most preferred option, but if we go like that, that's also good. 2 playmakers and a power forward. We could probably run Vasilyev on that side. Yeah, that's probably better. The only thing is, yeah, Pentsakainen and Hedberg have the same face-off ratings. Timonin's a little worse. I would prefer to go like that. Run that lineup. Yeah, that's the thing, Peaceful, is that only playmakers would be passing the puck into the net. The thing, though, is I think Svedberg would probably score 50 goals if that was the case, because he shot really well last year, and he has an okay shot. It's just a matter more so of Teravainen and Vasilyev would both defer to him, and it's like Vasilyev should be the shooter on that line because he has the best shot. But, you know what? I kind of want to try it as well. Like, I kind of want to see if we can make that work. Because it's a +5, right? So that means Svedberg's 91, Vasilyev's 96, Teravainen's 93. Like, that would be a deadly good line. It's just that matter more so of, is it really the right way to go with development? I think so. The only thing with Hedberg is, like, maybe we, let's see. All right, see you, Peaceful. Have a great day. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon. But, yeah, I'm struggling here as far as what play we make with this. I think I am fine with our 4th line not really playing a whole lot. That should be okay. And then hopefully Sanchez can get things rolling here a little more. Because, yeah, I don't really like the 82 overall currently. So, yeah, that's, I think this is where we're going to leave the team for now, just so that we don't have a 3 playmaker line, even though it would probably work. I just don't really want to risk it as far as it not working well. If Hedberg starts scoring like crazy, though, we will adjust that a little bit. But I think we are going to run... I'm thinking about it, Mason. That might not be a bad idea. The other thing I'm thinking is that we could potentially put him on a power play unit instead. As far as the strategy goes here, I think, yeah, Belchetz should be the finisher. Misa or... I think we make DuPont the distributor. No, he could be the puck carrier, and then we make Vasilyev the distributor. Oh goodness, I hit tutorial. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I understand how the power play formation works. Goodness gracious. Okay, so that'll be our setup for that power play. The only thing I think I'm going to change is maybe we run like a Kari Teravainen or somebody here on... Yeah, I think we do that instead. And then it still gets a +5. Reason being... Or, no, we have good enough defense. Okay, no, here's what I'm thinking. We'll do Zykov here in this spot because he just needs to put up some more points this year, especially with the contract we're giving him. And, yeah, we'll put Ivan Zykov on the first unit. Then we'll run Holloway and Levshunov on the second. And that should work out nicely because that will, yeah, just immediately improve chemistry. And then Teravainen and Healy Hedberg should be good. So yeah, Hedberg getting second power play time. You know what? It's 2 +5s. I literally cannot complain about it. For the 4-man, we should also have 2 +5s probably. But again, we're going to swap Zykov in and then run Holloway and Levy on the second because that just immediately makes chemistry better. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, look at that. +2 immediately. The only thing with Teravainen is he doesn't fit very well, and this is where I am actually going to just go screw it. Let's throw Hedberg to the Wolves here. And, oh, he doesn't really get any better of a rating, unfortunately. So maybe we try Misa and Belchetz. That's only +2. That's kind of brutal. Kind of brutal for a 4-man, honestly. I gotta say, the 4-man unit should have better chemistry than that, but I guess not. Vasiliev doesn't really improve the 4-man unit at all. Okay, you know what? Teravainen works, so we'll do that. Okay, so that's our power play. I just smacked my controller on the desk. Here's the PK. So Unit 1 is good, Unit 2 is good, and Unit 3 is also good. Beautiful. All zeros. That's what we like to see. It's really about as good as we can get. Timonen, though, does not fit very well with us, and we can get it down to -2. And then I'm wondering if instead of Pentakainen, we go maybe Houston or somebody along those lines. Nope, Kyler Houston does not fit the kill very well. What about Järvinen? Järvinen's a 2. Okay, so then we'll go... Yeah, okay, you know what? If we're rolling all minuses on the 3-man, the key is to not take 2 penalties in quick succession. That is it. That is the goal. For 4-on-4, I'm going to set up our lines a little more properly. The only thing I'm doing here is with all of the special teams, I'm throwing Zykov with DuPont simply for the reason of trying to grow him more. And I think that's going to work, but we'll have to wait and see. I really like how our units are shaping up, though. Like, it is good. It is very good. So then we'll run, instead of Timonen here, I'm going to run, I think, Tuzolino. Tuzolino and Hedberg, even though Tuzolino cannot take face-offs, that's fine. Because he wasn't there. Yeah, beautiful. Actually, I'm realizing now, Vasiliev is nowhere to be seen, so that's where we'll swap out Tuzolino. Even though Tuzolino's good, we're going to try to get Hedberg a lot of goals this year again. That is kind of the setup here that we're going for. So Misa Belchetz, that's just how it's pretty much always going to be. And then we'll run, you know what, let's go Teravainen and Vasiliev. Or no, sorry, that's pretty much 2 centers. So yeah, no, Teravainen and Healy's fine, and then Svedberg, and actually, you know what, here we're going to go Zykov for 3-on-3 number 2, and then Holloway can be the third guy. That works nicely. Go Svedberg here, throw him either at center or on the wing. We'll figure that out depending on who has better face-offs, and it is going to be Vasiliev by 1 face-off rating. Okay, so extra attackers, DuPont, Vasiliev, that works fine for me. And yeah, that's a nice looking team right there. You know what, for the shootout though, as high skilled as Tuzolino is, and oh no, Kari Teravainen drop potential as well. That's unfortunate. Ouch. Come on, game. Jeez. Like, you're just not helping my development at all here. That's unfortunate. Like, I've never seen so many draft steals drop in one save. Like, drop potential in one save. That's wild. Okay. Well, we'll run... Sure, Vasilyev's first shooter. That's fine. Oh, I see. It's because they've got all alone. Ah, that makes more sense. Also, how is DuPont not in our top 5 in this shooting players for the shootout? Like, that's crazy. He's our best player. Like, come on. But yeah, having 3 guys with all alone should probably also help us actually win shootouts. So that's our team in the NHL this year. That's what we're going to roll with. The fact that Hedberg is playing third line minutes seems like a sin to me, but we'll probably end up making the swap with Healy pretty quickly depending on how the performance is going here. And yeah, that's our team for now. As far as the AHL goes, I think we are going to call... Ooh, you know what? We're going to send... Let's put Jesper Arvidsson in the subs because he's 68 rated. Or 68. 78. 76, sorry. 76 rated. Actually, yeah, we'll do Arvidsson and Sweat, so that should clear up a lot of lineup spots. And that'll change up a few things. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to run Castles as the third line. Ficali on the third line as well. Put Mears on the second again because that worked out extremely well. As much as I want to play Kuiper, I think it's actually going to hurt his development if he's not in the AHL. And then where is our other sniper guy? Strudwick. Sorry, he's not a sniper, he's a playmaker. But yeah, I'll put Strudwick there or maybe somewhere else. Actually, yeah, let's put Kuiper on the top line because he's 79 rated after all. But yeah, playing Mears at center, that should work out okay. He developed all right last season. And then Denny's going to go there. Kind of a disappointment that he stopped developing. He was looking really good for a little while there. But yeah, like I said, we'll run Arvidsson and Sweat in the NHL as the subs. That should work out well. Ludwig Modin as a backup goalie and 80 rated at 21 is going to be scary for the rest of the AHL because I don't know if too many teams are going to score a lot on him. I am realizing now we should probably put Bernier in the lineup. Yeah, I want Bernier and Zamnov playing for sure. Those guys were both good. And over Alexei Voinov, we're going to do that. So yeah. Bernier's a grinder, but you know what? Whatever works, works. Yeah, that's going to work. All right. And Fucali can play the other wing. Beautiful. All right. So yeah, that's our forward group. I'm not going to change too much about it. I think we've got some really solid players in here. And I don't think anybody fits our first line very effectively here. So yeah, that's, you know what? It is what it is. The first line doesn't need chemistry. What we are going to do is we are going to put Sylvain Gaudreau on the top pairing alongside Robbins. Okay, Robbins does not fit there, so I guess he'll play second minutes. Magnuson, on the other hand, could be playing top pairing, potentially. Yeesh, kind of just not amazing. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but not the best setup I've ever seen. Not bad, but not the best either. So, yeah, Calder and Magnuson will get bottom pairing minutes. We'll do Robbins, who actually looks pretty good. But yeah, we'll do Robbins and Zamnov because they're a good kind of offset of size and skill and all that stuff. And then the goalies are set. We don't need to put anybody else in. We'll move Sweat and Arvidsson up. And that'll be the lineup for the year. I'm not even going to look at special teams in Halifax because I don't want to know how bad it is. So, yeah. All right. Cody Sweat and Jesper Arvidsson get in the NHL. And then we will send, I guess, Noel Millman? Yeah, because we have Zamula already, so. That really doesn't change our salary cap by all that much. So yeah, we'll send Zamula down. I'm fine with that. Nobody's going to claim him at $21 million. And there you have it for the lineup. Okay, so that is where we're going to wrap up the edited version of this episode. Thank you guys all for watching. If you did make it to the end, again, show your support with a like, subscription, and potentially notification bell to never miss when I upload or when I release dates for when I'm going to be live streaming these videos. But that is it for me. Thank you guys all for watching, and until next time.